Tak til Telle. Nu er det tid til at høre Troels fortælle om risk, honesty, precision. Og ja, værsgo.
Tak. So, as I started to write this, I realized that I could talk about just about anything, which is kind of scary. For what is then the most important thing to talk about? I think it's about how we make stuff. So this presentation is called Risk, Honesty, Precision, which is a method we practice at a workshop called Arts, Letters and Numbers. So as I was preparing for this presentation, I realized I had to learn 20 seconds by heart. I had to know the feeling of 20 seconds so that I could talk sort of freely. I needed to learn 20 seconds of words in order to keep in tune with the imaginary running here behind me. I needed to know when to talk fast. What I was trying to create within myself is body knowledge. As I'm speaking these words to you, my tongue is moving in a very precise manner to create these sounds. But I can't for the life of me explain to you how I'm doing it. And then again, I must know it since I am doing it, right? Schildele said, creating new circuits in arts means creating them in the brain too. The brain's a spatio-temporal volume. It's up to art to trace through it in new paths opens to us today, end quote. In tracing through these new paths, I think that body knowledge could be of a great relevance to us. Because if our bodies have all this knowledge, we must find a way to access it. This means we must access what we know we don't know. We must ask ourselves the question to which we do not know the answer, and trust it to lead us to the next question, which we don't know the answer to. We must take a risk in our work and go where we don't know if we can go. To illustrate this point, I would like to tell you a short story once told by John Heiredal. John said, there are two types of architects, like there are two types of runners. There is the sprinter, who can always see the goal and run straight through it. And then there is the distance runner, who must always ask himself if there will ever be a goal. End of story. In the journey towards the goal, it is very important to listen to your material, not to force it to fit an image of what you think the material should be like, but to be honest with it, to engage in conversation with the material and listen to it, for it holds a world of information and it will tell you what it can do and cannot do. And with this, you then need to be as precise as you possibly can. Not necessarily in the meaning that everything has to be to measure or finished, but more along the line that you need to be precise in your choices, to commit to them and follow through. You have to care to make an effort. We have this amazing space, the Mill in Heiredal Park. This is where we have the Arts, Letters and Numbers workshops. Within this space, we started to ask questions. The director, David Gersten, brought in his drawing circles. And from this arose a whole series of questions, all regarding time and space and relationships. And during one of these conversations, Michał and I came with the idea of digging a semicircle into the field. I should tell you that this is Michał, so please everyone say hello to Michał. Michał, could you say hello to everyone?
Hello. How are you?
Thank you. We wanted to discover a circle. We wanted to bring out the impact of a full circle in the mind of the viewer by only half of it, allowing for your imagination to contribute to the completion of the circle, much like the movies of Bill Morrison, wherein he only shows you enough for you to finish it in your mind. Since the ground at the workshop was way too hard for the bobcat to help us, we had to do the circle with a pickaxe and a shovel. And when the wheelbarrow flat-tied, we had to carry the ground with our hands. As we carried the ground, the heavy pull of the earth in our arms wanted to pull this earth back down, and we felt this. So doing one of our daily communal talks, Michał and I, with our tired arms, we made almost identical sketches. One piece of paper placed in the center of the circle, one pile of dirt, one pile of rocks, left there overnight to the elements. This is then drawing with gravity. Early morning we returned to start to dig for our drawing. Like two archaeologists, we first used shovels. Then when we approached the drawing, these became too crude and we had to switch to brushes and small knives. Gently, we removed the dirt to make sure not to tear the drawing unnecessary. As the drawing came back to light, it became clear to me that the pile of dirt had protected the drawing from the rainfall that night. The natural condition of a pile is a cone, which at the bottom holds a circle. Since the drawing had been protecting from the rain by the dirt, only where the layer of dirt was really thin, the water had reached the paper and made the mark. To investigate this drawing, we brought it up into the space, thus bringing together inside and outside. When we pulled it to the roof structure, to my surprise, what I saw was a sunrise. It was an Earth-Sun rise. The drawing thus became known as the Earth-Sun drawing. And as it is hanging in free air, the backside of the paper is now visible. The paper was the exact section between the ground and the piles. The two pushing against each other had made an imprint of the ground in the paper, turning the backside into a drawing of the cosmos. And now we did it together, so it's not fair that it's only me doing the presentation. So, Miha, do you have anything to comment on what I've been telling everybody here tonight?
Well, thanks, Troels. I think Troels has made a really good case so far for what we did. And what I'd like to do is return to the quote by John Heiredal that some thinkers are sprinters, some thinkers are runners. And when we started our project, we had not a clue where the hell it's taking us, other than we want to have the physical embodied experience of the element of Earth. What happened was that we spent a week ripping it apart to spend a day gently excavating a piece of paper. That contrast is what made it for us.
Thank you, Miha.
Hey, Troels. Remember to invite them to the workshop, okay?
Oh, yeah. So in exactly 1 month, we're going to have the next Arts, Letters and Numbers workshop, Exquisite Broken Circles, Suddenly a Choir, where we're going to build a bridge. And you are all invited to participate. We still have some scholarships, so please find me afterwards or visit artslettersandnumbers.com. Thank you.
PechaKucha.
Tak til Troels. Hvis I også en gang imellem har tænkt, ej, jeg har bare fået verdens bedste idé til en app, så er det nu, I skal spise øre. Jeg giver ordet til Andreas Saxe.